In one of my recent videos, I showed you some products I received from a company called Arteza, and part of that shipment was this journal here. And today I want to start working on it first to decorate the cover. So I start by taking the book apart. Now the cover is made from very sturdy cardboard. It has a craft paper look to it, and the rest of the journal has lots and lots of black pages. It also has this black ribbon closure, and here you see me adding some painter's tape because I know I will be using glue and paint and I don't want it to get all messed up. Next, I will be using my Mod Podge and pages from a very old German dictionary to cover everything on both sides. Now this process is super easy, so I'll let you watch for a wee bit here, and then I will be back to explain the next step. So as soon as everything was covered and dry, I put the holes back in. Then I used my brown antique wax and just a rag to add some coloring to the cover. And I added several layers until I was happy with the way it looked. Now, most of the cover is going to stay simple like this, but I, of course, want to add an interesting textured focal point to the front. The clips you see here hold down that tiny piece of paper I had to glue underneath the ribbons. Next, I pulled out one of these photo mats from an old frame. I also have my folder here with jelly prints. I have too many of them and I always look for ways to use them up. So today I will be using this one here. I really like the color combination, and together with the frame and a few other things, it will make a nice focal point. So my first layer here is white acrylic paint. As soon as that's dry, I add some clear crackle medium, and while that's drying, I go back to my focal point. Now, just a couple days ago, a friend brought over this really interesting material. As you can see here, it's a bit of a weave. It has a fiber feel to it. And together with these little handmade paper beads, it will give me some nice texture. Now, these beads were made by another friend of mine. Now, rather than gluing those beads on, I want to sew them on. I think it's more sturdy and looks a bit better. Now, this took a wee bit, so I won't torture you with my sewing, and neither do I need to explain a whole lot more. From here on, everything is pretty easy to follow. Like always, all my mediums will be in the captions, so please enjoy some music, and I will talk to you towards the end. So here I'm taking an ordinary file folder. I cut it exactly in half, and it's a perfect size to go as a little insert into the front of my journal right underneath the extra ribbon. I will decorate this with pockets and so on in one of my upcoming videos. For now, here is my completed cover. It has nice texture. I love the colors, of course. And the beads on top of the fabric there, I think, gives it a somewhat elegant and yet rustic look. Now, I always enjoy creating texture and I like it on just about anything, including my art journals. But on covers like this, I keep it to a minimum so they don't get too bulky. Now, you may notice that the inside covers here got a bit blotchy, and that's because I failed to cover them thoroughly in Mod Podge before I added the wax, and that doesn't work so well. So I had to do a few repairs, but I'm okay with them looking a bit messy. Now, even the frame here on the front gave me a bit of trouble, and I had to backstep a few times until I got it to look the way it does now. But that's okay, that's all part of the journey, and all the different layers really added to the look I have now. I am very pleased with the overall outcome here. I hope you enjoyed your time with me, you garnered some new ideas, and you will come and see me soon again. Bye bye for now.